shot at doing that thing?
Not many. I think we have two heads, maybe like.
Yeah, he has 2 heads and 2 hands and 2 legs, I think.
And that's it. That's it.
Wow. And like,
Yeah, and if the 2 heads don't work, they're like, Dan, we want to try one other thing. Phil goes, sit down, I'm going to hit you in the face with a hammer.
you're fine tonight. It's fine.
But for a kill, for all your kills, David, there's so much personality in it, and it feels like a lot of that personality comes from what you're just doing improvisation-wise, and what you're doing with where you have to end up that goal, and your personal flair of how you portray art. Is there a conversation that happens between you and whoever you're killing, in this case, Dan, before you film a scene like that?
Sometimes things just happen in the moment too, and like, oh, that's cool, keep it in. But like with us and that thing, he was doing so much great improv with the dialogue there. It was just he was just throwing so much comic gold to me. I'm like, oh my god, you gave me so much to work with. I love it. It's like a whole thing about the family. And I'm like, oh, I love this. So that there's a lot of playing around going on that night. It was just great. I loved it. I just absolutely loved it.
I thought that was his best performance facially in the movie. That scene and in the mall with the children. I remember going up to him and just being like, "Dude, this is like you're in the zone right now. This is magic. I'm seeing it here." Sometimes you just really feel it, and it's the most expressive and animated he's been. Sometimes it sucks because he does so many good things, and that you have to choose. It just comes down to like your subjective taste when you're in the editing room. It's like, do I like that expression better or that expression? And it's like Sophie's choice. You got to leave one on the cutting room floor, and you hope you made the right decision. So, but yeah, I mean, art's the most expressive in part 3, I think, for sure. The most nuances come through makeup.
What was for you going toe to toe against David in that scene, and improving against an actor who's not saying anything, but just with his facial muscles and the things he was doing? How did that empower your improv?
Well, we also had Clint Howard.
Yeah.
I've got a technique. Like Clint, no matter what we did, there was then this other person who was like, I will insert myself into the scene. And he was so perfect. So I've seen the movies and have known David around the conventions. Working with him under David's direction was great. And it was like, remember we worked out like, the slow burn toward each other, the piss on the realization that it's like you're peeing. And it couldn't just be like you're peeing, it had to be like, you wouldn't be peeing on me, would you? Can I tell us just a silly thing? I have a friend, you guys, I may have told some of you this at the table, who's a cop. And the cop, my best friend John Lamont, who was on the set, remember the last night, he didn't see the scene in the bar until the killing. And he said, hey Dan, when they're doing a movie like that, and they make it look like he's spitting on your face, he goes, now how do they do that? And I said, he spit in my face. And Lamont was like, oh God, we did a few good spits, a few good.
I love the one take that we did where I was gunning and spitting, and you're in the middle of your dialogue, and this time you don't have to spit in my face cloud, and blah blah blah. And he just kept going. I'm like, I almost spit there because I was laughing. I was like,
They gave us 3 days to shoot that sequence, which in Terrifier 2 would have been 3 hours. Dan, we got to get you in, we got to get you out, we got to do the kill. So, and Christian Tinsley and his crew, I mean, great contributions. But all in all, that we get to sit here and talk about this. Trust me, you guys have followed the right horse. You've gambled on the right horse. This man and that man, they're never going to let you down. I will be playing my brother in the next film. I haven't figured that out. I know what you're all going to write, more Santa, I don't know. Maybe he's in hell. I don't know.
We've opened the doors to the supernatural, and
Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
I always joke, because no actor, David knows this, no like convincingly convince someone that he can play his own brother. My brother looks just like me. I'll shave the mustache. I'll dye my hair. I'll wear a girdle. I'll talk like this because he's from South America. Whatever. I don't know why he would talk like that in South America.
We're gonna roll one more clip here. This will be Christmas Kill. Let's do it.
By the way, the sound effects are brilliant.
So good.
So good. Godfather moment.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, the opening scene of the Terrifier film is everything, right? It's the tone setter, it's the promise to the audience of what they're about to see. How much time and how important was getting that opening scene just right?
Super important. That was a big fight I had with Phil one day. Really? Yeah, on set, like telling him we absolutely need 2 more days to shoot this scene to do all the effects properly, because they take forever. As you know, 99% of the stuff we do is practical, which means you build it physically. It's all rubber, it's all props and blood pumps. And it can take 2 hours, 3 hours just to chop off an arm. And if that goes wrong, you have to reset the arm, and that can take another hour and a half before you know your day's over. And like these scenes consist of sometimes 8 gags. So you can't just cram these into, one day and shoot the scene as well. So, but I knew setting the tone for this one, especially, I knew this was going to be Christmas. There was already rumors just based on the teaser that, oh my God, they're going to kill kids now in this movie, and there was all kinds of controversy. Are they really going to kill kids? Are they going to kill kids the way we killed Allie in the bedroom scene in Terrifier 2? And I didn't want to do that. Of course, we were going to kill kids. Right? I didn't want to do that. It was a because it's genuine to Art's character. There's no way, right? When I'm writing and I, get to a scene like that, and I have a moral, the morals kick in, and I'll say, should I do this? Would he do this? Is this too far? And then Art will say, you pussy, this is exactly what I would do. You know I would do it. That's fucking right. And that's what happens. And this is a child's holiday. He's going to take total advantage of that. So I really wanted to set the tone. But that being said, I thought that there was a way to kind of subvert expectations where we're known for being excessive and showing everything, and I wanted to say, could we kill a kid now but you don't see anything and you just hear it, and could that be as effective as if we did show everything? And that's one of my favorite moments in the movie, is just hearing the kid get murdered and not seeing anything. So that was important to set that up, show that we're not afraid to kill kids, but not go too far over the line, but then deliver what you expect and want to see when he starts killing the parents. So it's kind of another way of having your cake and eating it too. And just big shout out to Christy Fox, who plays the mother in the beginning of that. She really set the tone for what's to come in that movie.
And Phil he goes, I need 2 more days. Phil goes, look, Damien, I'll get you some dead bodies. I don't want you to ask me where they come from. We can just chop up these dead bodies. Don't ask me where they come from somewhere. Doesn't matter. We'll just chop up real dead bodies. Nobody's gonna know.
Fell off a truck.
Yeah, they fell off a truck.
How dare you.
I got a friend.
All right, we're getting the wrap notice, because they're going to go back to their booth and finish signing. So you're going to post it with a number on it. That's where you're going to go right after this. One more question before you go, and there's a million more I'd love to ask, but art is becoming fully integrated with the Halloween season. It's been growing and growing. It's an incredible feat to create something that's doing that. Anything that we have to look forward to as we get to the fall, as we get to spooky season this year with art and the Terrifier franchise?
Oh my God, so many things that I am not at liberty to discuss.
Fair enough.
My God, is there anything I can say? I mean, there's toys that are coming out that we haven't even announced. There's video game things that we haven't even announced.
Woo!
There's something really cool that we haven't announced that I can't talk about. But there's so much stuff. Like I can't even keep up with half the things that are coming. So you're gonna be swimming in Terrifier worlds for the next few years.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
By the way, I'm going to beat you to all those dolls. I'll be buying them for my own collection. I just want to, it's important that we do a commercial. So they've moved, I'm not with my friends. I'm down the hall to the left. Like on your way to Starbucks, that's where I am. But David and I are putting on the Santa costumes tomorrow. And I know you guys have sold out your thing, but there's still availability for the Santa, Terrifier Santa photo op. It'd be a great Christmas card. No one's gonna know where you got it. That's my commercial. God bless you all.
Thank you guys.